Hey guys, welcome to another exciting week. Bento Summer Xtreme, your number one source for anime, music, and video game news. I'm your host Brian. I cover anime and console gaming for everybody. I'm gonna jump into this week's hot news for anime. Adult Swim had some great demographics about ranking going up to number one for men for 18 to 24 and 19 to 49. The three animes that are very doing well on Adult Swim right now, it's Space Danny. Sorry about that, guys. Bleach and Naruto, guys. It is doing great. That's awesome that it's growing in numbers. Moving on to the next topic, Attack on Titan fan base video was created on YouTube. It was doing very well. It took about 4 months to plan actually fan base video. This video is really doing well. If you want more information, go on their YouTube channel. Actually, it's really well. I'm hoping we could support them too, and somehow we could get them going. Last of all, in anime news this week, we are having a Gundam, pretty much for 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven in Japan. In America, we have like Slurpee cups that are Marvel based. We have Doritos that are Batman movie based. Well, in Japan, if you're a hardcore Gundam fan, they make pretty much Gundam colors in 7-Eleven colors that are green, red, and white. Pretty much, it's pretty cool. A lot of Gundams were created in between like the old RX 7 model and all that stuff. Pretty much, it's coming out with a new one this mid January. It is awesome. I'm a huge fan of it, so you guys could actually get into it, guys. It's awesome. Let's move on to video game news this week. Dragon Ball Z: The Battle of the Z's had another commercial on their Facebook page. The famous line where Vegeta meets Goku the first time, where over 200,000 power level was going up, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's surprised. The game's coming out in January 28th for United States and Europe. It's coming out. It already came out this Thursday for Japan, and Namco Bandai actually is planning to release it in Latin America and Brazil. It's going to be a worldwide game. So online, it's going to be awesome. Last, moving on, pretty much another game is coming out for Mobile Suit Gundam. However, this game is It's called the Missing Link. It's going to be a PS3 game where you're going to have three characters you could control. You play ground or space. It's your typical Gundam game. However, it's going to be awesome. You get to do upgrades. I think online you could have 6 players actually playing at the same time. That is pretty cool. Moving on to another video game news. Attack on Titan is coming another game for iOS and Android actually. This game is based on where pretty much where it's only Japan only actually, so our foreign viewers are going to get to actually play around with it first. You're actually a outsider of the wall, and you're trying to get into the wall. So it's gonna be a pretty different set story. So I don't know what the whole details about, but if for future, I'm gonna get you guys more updates about it. Last of all, in video game news this week is that Pokemon Bank is back up in Japan. I remember I had an update about this where on the 25th they were gonna launch it in Japan. They had some bugs, they had some problems, so they had to shut it down. However, good news is this last Wednesday they actually re-put it up, and because of that, it's gonna delay the launch in America or Europe, any other region. So they're saying hopefully they're gonna get this program going so you could get your old Pokemons to your newer games. That's it for console gaming and anime news this week. I'm gonna pass it on to Steven, where he's gonna be talking about music and PC gaming this week, guys. Have a great week. I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you, Brian, for that great introduction. Well, guys, we're going to get ready to talk about video games. This time we're going to talk about PC games. I know last week we didn't do a video. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back this week again, guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into this week's top news. We have some special news from StarCraft. Patch 2.1 is going to come. There's a lot of detail to cover, but because of the short proximity of this video, I'm only going to cover a small bit, some of the highlights of what it's going to cover. As you guys know, in past videos, and StarCraft has actually, or Blizzard has made some past references about some of the changes that's going to come to StarCraft, such as the arcade is now free to not only the people who have purchased the game, but for a free trial game enthusiasts who actually want to play StarCraft and test out before they actually buy it. There's even been some BattleNet changes, such as clan changes. The group clan decals can now be used throughout the entire spectrum of the clan. There's some changes to the editor as well as some bug fixes in Wings of Liberty, Battle.net, Windows 8.1 for the Chinese servers, and without disparity the details, there's some changes with each race. Just to kind of give you the basics, there's some changes to the Overseer and the, let me see here, the Viper's consumability, and just whatnot. If you guys want to look into detail, you guys can actually go to blizzard.net and look at, click on patch 2.1 notes. Let's jump right into the other news. If you guys are familiar with Hearthstone, you can actually, there are ways, thanks to IGN, there are ways to play it for free without having to pay money. So if you guys are used to those MMORPG games where you can play it for free, but you actually have to pay money for 1,000. You have to pay $10 for 1,000 gold in order to purchase the armor or just some other upgrade. Well, there's ways to do it. I researched some practical ways where you guys can actually play for free. You can actually play the practice mode to unlock heroes without actually having to buy them. You can level up to unlock basic cards, complete quests to actually unlock expert cards. You can even create your own expert cards. And another thing is, if you want to save money, don't rush the arena, because that's the first place where someone actually has to spend money. If you actually lose 3 times, you actually have to pay gold, 150 gold to get back in, or pay real money to get back in. So all in all, you guys can play for free. It is more work, it is possible, but if you guys actually want to play, support the real deal, purchase the game. It's not that expensive. I think it's only like 50 or 60 bucks. That's all the news we have for video game news. Let's jump right into this week's music news. If you guys are familiar with the band And Cafe, it's been 4 long years since their last album release. This band does some background information if you guys are not familiar with And Cafe. This band is cultivating the new style as love, as so much as they're trying to instill something new. Instead of so much J-pop, they're not only J-pop but incorporating J-rock as well, combining the two. Their next full album, they're going to have a tour of Europe in which took place on December 13th, 2013, and I believe their album will be released in March. So be on the lookout for that, guys. And I'm sure you guys all know this, the band Asian Kung Fu Generation. He is to release a solo album. If you guys have a chance to check it out, there isn't much news on it, but I will keep you guys up to date about what's going on with that band. So for the news that I know for now, the single will come out with a normal CD with a 7-inch analog. So keep on the lookout for that. It will not only be a single, but it will be some of their greatest hits as well. So go check it out, guys. That's all the news we have for this week. Be sure to check out our Facebook, our YouTube page, and our Twitter, guys. Tell your friends and family about us, and remember to Bento your samurai to the extreme.